everyone, it's Lily here from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today with another one of my weekly WIP'n chats. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. And of course, those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP'n chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my world. So feel free to pull out a project and work alongside me, or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. So let's get into it, because I have had a very interesting weekend. First off, I have put off to the side Miss Rouge from Oraloa because I really wanted to spend some time working on this kit here. So this one is You Are My Love Experiment. It is from Diamond Art Club, and it's a round kit. And the reason I wanted to work on it was because I honestly just was feeling a little burnt out with all of the square kits that I had been working on. So this is the one that I'm working on. It's a ton of color blocking. Before I get started, accessory-wise, I have my release papers from Bee's Crafty Corner. I'm going to be using, this super cute Valentine's Day cupcake themed tray from Creations Moran. And then pen-wise, I have my custom pen from Creations Moran with a 12 placer on the end. And then I also have one of my pens from Butterfly Effect Wares with a 6 placer. And then for AB placement, I have my Art Dot pen, which I think I might need to, it might almost be out of batteries. So I ended up grabbing one of my Diamond Art Club Twist and Pick pens just in case. But yeah, so that is the pen lineup. So let me just put this off to the side and get into it. So, how are you? What is new? Like I had mentioned here, it's been a super busy weekend, but a really good weekend. I am filming this right now on Sunday, February 22nd, and it is about 7:40 at night. But yeah, so I guess I'll just dive on in. Where can I even start? Because it's been a crazy week. I guess I'll start with Tuesday. So Tuesday the 17th was for me Chinese New Year, so I was off from work that day, and it was just a lovely day. I spent it eating all the food, just enjoying a day of rest and sharing the holiday with family. So I can't really complain. And then on that Tuesday the 17th, my WIP'n chat had gone up, and in that WIP'n chat, I was like, oh, talking about how I was a little sad that Diamond Art Club hadn't said anything about a Lunar New Year diamond painting kit, and how I had really wanted that Christina Yen one. Well, shocker, after I had edited the video and uploaded it, Diamond Art Club announced, hey, celebrate Lunar New Year. On Wednesday, the 18th, we're releasing some Lunar New Year themed diamond paintings. And of course, the Christina Yen one that I really wanted was being released. So I was super excited. Now on Wednesday, I had done everything I needed to prepare to go back to work because I had been off on the Monday because it was the holiday, Tuesday because of the Lunar New Year. And Wednesday I was like, okay, I'm ready to go back, back to the grind. I was super excited because I'm someone who really likes routine. And I like things to have structure in my life. So Tuesday night, I had done all of the prep. I laid out my clothes, got my coffee, organized my lunch, had my breakfast ready, blah, blah, blah. Only for me to wake up Wednesday to an ice storm. And buses were canceled because I live far from my school. I was like, this is not safe. So I ended up having to take a weather day on Wednesday, which I was sad about at first because for me, I personally really like going to work. I like the routine. I love working with the kids. And it's just like, it fills my cup, being at work. Now, at first I was sad about it because, you know, I'd done all this prep, blah, 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 and, you know, being at home. But then it worked out in my favor because I ended up starting to get one of my like weather headaches, but it was approaching like the not happy level where I couldn't concentrate on anything. I couldn't focus on anything. And I ended up falling asleep at like 10 a.m. And what happens, I feel like I need to book an appointment with my doctor because the headaches this year have been really intense and they've been more frequent. Because at first I was like, oh, the headaches are because, you know, I'm not drinking enough water. So I've like increased my water. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's because I like, you know, was waiting too long to eat something. Now I'm like, oh, maybe it's pressure headaches. But now I'm like, I have fed myself. I have given myself water. I have ensured that I'm getting sunlight, like, and I keep getting these headaches. So anyway, on Wednesday, I call them my weather headaches, but I don't know if that's true. A bad weather headache. And I fell back asleep. I didn't even like try, because sometimes I'll take a nap on the couch with the TV on. This time I was like, no sound, no light, nothing. I ended up just crawling right back into bed, slept. I think I woke up probably around like 12:30 and was like, I should eat something. So I forced myself to eat. And then I was like, oh shoot, the Diamond Art Club release. I gotta get my Year of the Horse. And I was so worried that it was gonna be sold out because I, you know, wasn't logged in right at 12 and I didn't know how popular it was. So luckily it was still in stock. I was able to purchase it. It's going to be coming hopefully tomorrow on Monday. I'm really excited for it. But then I was up for like a little bit on Wednesday. And then, so after I purchased it, like I was up a little bit and then the headache came back with vengeance and I was like, nope, not happening. And then I ended up in bed again. And I think it was around like 1:30, 2 p.m. But then I slept until almost 6:30 into the evening, which was wild to me because Tuesday night I slept really good. So my like body's response anytime I have a headache is to sleep. Which, like I said, it is a little concerning, but I'll get a doctor's appointment eventually. But yeah, so because of that, and I thought dance was going to be canceled. It wasn't canceled, but I did not make it to dance class because I normally leave for dance class at 6:30 and I was waking up from bed at 6:30. So now I need to schedule a dance makeup class. And then on top of all of this, Thursday, I finally made it into work, which was good. But I had to do like a physio appointment because my arms have been, not arm, but like my left arm, the nerve has been like really like angry lately. So I had the physio like earlier in the week, but with it being Thursday, my first day back, I was like, you know, because part of the thing is I'm not supposed to be like gripping right now or like doing heavy lifting of any kind. So I have like my little stress ball that I've been squeezing to like strengthen the muscles. And then at night I've been sleeping with my brace on. My physiotherapist thinks that I've been too stressed because it seems to be right now that it's triggered when I'm stressed, and it seems to be like nerve tension. And I'm like, I'm trying to de-stress, but you know, there's only so much one can do. It is starting to feel better though. But yeah, so Thursday was my first day back. Friday was fine. And then we get into the weekend. So on Friday night, I had called my parents because I needed help. I had bought like a new shower head for my shower and I needed some help installing it. So I had called to see if my dad would be able to come down because he has like the tools and whatnot. And at first my parents were like, no, we won't be able to make it. Your mom has a really wicked like head cold. So, you know, we don't want to spread the germs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, I'd rather you stay home and rest and feel better. And I said, the shower head, like, can wait. It's not the end of the world. So then, Saturday, I was like, I woke up early. It was like 7 something. And I was just like chilling, taking my time with my coffee, my breakfast. Then my mom calls me like just before 9 a.m. to say her and my dad are on their way down. And I was like, wait, what? You mentioned that you weren't coming. And she's like, yeah, but you know, we're gonna come down quick, and then if possible, I need to go to the mall and do a quick errand, da da da. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So I was like stressing because I'm like, I'm in my pajamas, I haven't washed up, I am literally a hot mess. So, and of course, like my kitchen was a disaster. So I was like, okay, I got to get myself cleaned up, blah, blah, blah. So I got myself cleaned up and whatnot. My parents make it to the apartment safely, and I was able to help with getting the shower head installed. So I'm really happy about that. And then after all of that, we ended up going to the mall. My mom was able to run the errand that she needed to do. And then we ended up, my dad needed some new like everyday running shoes. So we got him some new running shoes, and my mom got a new like spring coat. So it was a productive trip. And then when we came back, I was like, okay, like we need to eat. So we had some soup at the apartment. So that was really nice. And then they're on their way. And by the time they left, I think it was like around 1:30. Like it was a very quick visit. But when they left, I was like, okay, I gotta do my groceries. And plus, I had seen on Instagram this recipe to make like a 3 ingredient bagels in your air fryer that are like high in protein, because I'm trying to like increase my protein intake because I know I don't eat enough protein in general, which maybe that's why I get headaches. I don't know. Like I said, I really need to go to the doctor about this. But I was like, oh, I can totally do this, because all it needed was the Greek yogurt, the flour, which I already had, and baking powder, which I already had, and I could do them in my air fryer. So I'm like, okay, I'll pick up Greek yogurt when I'm at the store, not a big deal. So I go and do my groceries, grab the Greek yogurt. It was the end of the world in the plaza where I do my groceries, because on top of doing groceries, I also needed to do some banking. So I had to go into the bank. And then I also needed to do a quick Dollarama run. It was chaos. Normally when I do groceries, I do them either Friday on my way home from work, or I do them like early in the morning. I never do groceries like in the middle of the afternoon. And Saturday reminded me of why I don't do that, because it was overwhelming between trying to maneuver the grocery cart in the grocery store, and it was super busy, and then trying to find parking, and then not just that, but navigating the parking lot to get out. I was like, what is happening? So won't be doing that again. But anyway, so I was able to get my groceries, and then I started making my Greek yogurt bagels, which, to be honest, they turned out really well. Definitely, I don't know what's going on with this putty. Definitely will be in my rotation. I ended up doing like an everything bagel flavored one, so that was good. But because of like the consistency of the dough that was created, I feel like I can definitely experiment and maybe like potentially use that recipe to make like smaller dinner rolls, because it wasn't giving me like bagel vibes. I think it's just bagel because of the shape you mold them into. But yeah, so I was really happy with that. And then, so the rest of Saturday was just chill. And then Sunday, which is today, I woke up early to watch the Canada versus US gold, like finals for the Olympics. So whoever won would win gold. And because when the game started was like at 8, I was like, okay, I'm not going to make the 9 a.m. church service. And then the game went overtime. So obviously I didn't make the 11 o'clock service, only for Canada to sadly lose. But at least Canada got silver, so I'm still really proud. But oh my gosh, that game was intense. And then after the hockey game, I had to run some errands. So I had gone out, did my errands, and then when I came back, I had my lunch. And then I was like, I'm tired, and ended up taking a nap on the couch. Just a regular nap, not one of my headache naps, so cannot complain, but it was a nice nap. I hope I sleep tonight because it was not just a really nice nap, but it was a very long nap. But clearly I needed it because I had a dream that I had like this balcony and there was a tree growing out of it. It was really weird, really weird dream. So clearly I was very tired for me to be dreaming while having a nap and remembering the dream. But yeah, so then when I woke up from the nap, I started doing meal prep, which really wasn't much. I ended up cooking, well, I had leftovers for dinner, and then I cooked some sausage for throughout the week and tidied up my kitchen, and now I'm here diamond painting. So it's been a good day. I cannot complain. Now in terms of diamond painting news, this past week for the Saturday releases, Diamond Art Club released a new Miss Holly kit, which I really did want to purchase it, but because I had purchased the Lunar New Year Year of the Horse kit, I decided to wish list the Miss Holly kit, because I mean, I'm trying to, you know, work through what I have. Not every single kit I need to own. I mean, if there's something that I'm like, ooh, like one of like the mini dazzles or something that come out, then, you know, maybe I'll throw that in with a purchase, or down the road, maybe I'll purchase it because I have like a lot of points still to use, because I always forget to use my points, so they keep adding up. But yeah, so I did not purchase it. I mean, if it does go low stock, then maybe I'll suck it up. But like I had mentioned in my last WIP'n chat, I am trying to be very intentional with my money. I am saving for something which eventually I will reveal what that is in a couple months. But yeah, so it was a really good weekend. I was really proud of myself in not purchasing, not being so impulsive. But yes, so I mean, I won't lie though, the new Miss Holly kit is absolutely stunning, because again, it's all the purples. That's what gets me. It's all the purples, and I just love how Miss Holly does her artwork. Like, it's just so pretty and calm. But anyway, like I said, I'll just keep working on what I'm working on. Plus, you know, when I'm done this kit, I do have Claire and the Nutcracker from Miss Holly that I had started and still haven't finished, so I can just work on that to get my Miss Holly kicking. But yes, so that was that. In other diamond painting news, that's it. I've been really good. Haven't been going, like I said, doing any crazy shopping. Just trying to sort of use what I have. So yeah, so I am though really excited to see the Year of the Horse kit. Like I said, hopefully it will be coming tomorrow. Yeah, definitely we'll have to do an unboxing of that one because it is absolutely adorable. So yeah. Okay. In other news, despite having like a really weird and busy week, I have been on a reading binge. I did finish A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I really need to write down everything, but anyway, I did finish that book. It was okay. It started for me to drag a bit, but I gave it a solid 3 stars because it was really cute. So I did finish that kit, and then, or not that kit, that book. And then I did finish the audiobook, This Princess Kills Monsters. solid 5 stars. It was this cozy fantasy. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. So I did finish 2 books this past week. And so now I'm just reading Darling Rose Gold, which is my like ebook. I've been reading it for a while. So like I said, it's starting to get a little laggy, but we'll see. Because I find like sometimes books hit a slump and then they like pick up again. So I'm hoping this one has hit like a lull and it's going to pick up. So we'll see what happens with that. And then today during dinner, a bunch of my audiobook holds that I had with the library came in and I'm like, oh no. So actually, let me just grab my phone. So I can read off these books because they all came in at once and I'm like, oh crap. But on the bright side, I do have a lot of good reading material for this week. Or not reading material, but listening material. So the books that came in was The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. I have, which I'm pretty sure The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley, it's going to be like a psychological thriller mystery. So that should be fun. And then I have Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. My friend read this and she said for like a cowboy romance, it's really cute. So I'm pretty much right now jumping on the cowboy romance bandwagon. And then this one I'm really excited for, which I started listening to it a little bit today. It's No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding by Catherine Mack. It's the sequel to her book, Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies. I loved that book. It was so good. So I have the sequel to listen to for my my commute. I have it like already like set up, ready to go. So as soon as I get in my car and plug in my phone, the book should start. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, luckily none of these audiobooks are long because I think the longest one is 9 hours. But then once I get into the groove with the audiobook and get familiar with like the person reading it, I speed it up to around like 1.75. So hopefully I'll be able to get through them because my library lets you borrow the audiobooks for 3 weeks. So if I do like 1 book a week, but then also on my lunch break, I started listening to the books too. So it might be like 1 book every like 5 days maybe, because we'll see. Well, I don't know. But it's also, if the weather holds up and it keeps being nice, then I also listen to the audiobooks when I go on my walks. Although talking about that, we've had really weird weather in Ontario. It's been hovering around 0, which sucks because it's been like today it was snowing and then it was like this weird rain situation. But now it's cold, so everything's gonna freeze. And I'm like, you need to either be cold or be warm enough where things don't freeze. We need to pick a temperature. But when I checked the weather this week, it's showing we're getting snow. Not like a lot of snow, like snowstorm level. I think it's like 5 centimeters on and off. Like by the end of the day, it would be like 5 centimeters, 2 to 4 centimeters. So, I mean, that's nothing, but it's just like, oh man, because like this is the last week of February, like, you know, March is around the corner, spring, but I don't know. But then again, I do enjoy the winter when it is that bitter cold because then I can be like in super cozy in my blankies, in my fuzzy socks, like life is good. But yeah, anyway, so that's everything. I feel like this is going to be a very short WIP'n chat because I don't have much to talk about that's left other than the fact that this week I will have up the post review. So this video is going up on Tuesday, and then on Thursday will be the post review of the Snow Globe kit from Make Market that I had finished. And then that's it. That's it. And I think what's going to end up happening is I'm just going to keep working on this stitch kit because I've been really enjoying the color blocking, even though I always do this, but every time when I film a WIP'n chat and I'm talking, I diamond paint really slow. But yes, so this kit, I'll be working on it. It's a really small kit because it's only 15 inches by 13 inches or 38 centimeters by 33 centimeters, which is technically a small kit, and it's also a lot of color blocking. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. I didn't get done as much as I had hoped, but that's okay. What counts is I'm just having fun with the kit. The one thing though is going from, what is it, squares to rounds. It does take me a while. Oh, sorry, before I go, I just remembered. When I said I was on a round diamond painting kick, I really did mean it, because Saturday when my parents left, I finished one of my like sparkle pals from Diamond Art Club. I'll show it to you. She's like on my desk, but I finished the Mulan sparkle pal. She's super cute, except I don't know what I did. I was trying to like put her in the stand, but then I accidentally broke the stand. So now it's like taped. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, but yeah. Anyway, so she's on my desk. She's cute. But like I said, I'm just going to focus on the actual kits now. Probably get done this one. I imagine this kit I'll probably finish maybe this week. And then continue working on the fish one that I was working on, which it is coming along really well. It's just the confetti was getting to me. Because like I had mentioned, I'm pretty sure it's computer generated because it's so confetti heavy, like when you're outlining the little fish and the person, which it probably didn't have to be, but I was too lazy to try and rechart things, so it's fine. Anyway, so I'm gonna turn off my light here. So I got done quite a bit of the background. I'll just keep working on it and see how far I get, but yeah. So if you did enjoy today's WIP'n chat, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye everyone.